Good morning, kids. Today we're going to read Why Farms Grow Different Crops from the book All Kinds of Farms. We're going to learn about different farms today, and after you're done listening, I want you to write another fact about the different farms you learned about today. Why farms grow different crops. Every animal and plant has certain things it likes best. Cattle enjoy cool weather and plenty of grass. Chickens like hot weather and lots of grain to eat. Corn needs rich soil and lots of rain. Potatoes need lighter soil and cooler weather. In the United States, the Northeast is cool and rainy. The Southeast is hot and wet. The Plains states are dry, and California is warm and dry. Each region specializes in different crops, so farms in each area are different. Farms of the Northeast. Much of the land in the northeastern states is hilly. When the first settlers came, the land was covered with woods. The trees had to be cut down and the stumps burned. It was hard work to farm the steep hills. Farms were small and close together. Today, most of these farms are forest again, but the old farmhouses and small barns are still tucked behind every hill. Some fields are used for specialty crops, like vegetables and herbs. Sheep and cows still graze the small pastures. And I want you to look at the picture on the right page and the words below it that describe the picture. A farm in Vermont. So it shows the houses and the woods around it. And over here is the map for you to see where that is in America, the northeastern states. Dairy farms. Millions of dairy cows graze the gentle hills of states like Wisconsin, New York, and Pennsylvania. The barns on these farms are big enough to hold 50 or 100 cows. Most have silos standing next to them, full of chopped corn. The fields grow corn, hay, and oats. There are plenty of sheds full of machinery, lots of gardens and apple trees in the yards. From one dairy farm, you can usually see other farms because they are not too big or far apart. Often, there is a tire swing on an old tree in the front yard. So this is the label. It's the opposite page, a corn crib on a dairy farm in Iowa. And here's that picture. Here are the states it talked about. Corn, soybeans, and hogs. This is called the header. So it's telling you what all this is about. The richest, flattest land in the country is found in the Midwest. There is enough rain and heat to grow miles and miles of corn and soybeans. The farms are far apart and successful enough to have new houses. The only trees are near the farmhouses. The machinery in the Midwest is much bigger, and the sheds are huge. There may be a barn and silo for beef and cattle. Pigs are raised in long, low sheds. But many farmers have no animals at all. Instead of feeding beef and pigs all winter, they go on vacation. And here's the Midwestern states, and this is our state right here, Missouri. Way out west. The farther west you go, the drier it becomes. Only wheat grows well there, but it takes a lot of land to grow enough wheat for a farmer to make a living. Dry land wheat farms are huge. So is the machinery that tends the fields. Farther west, not even wheat can grow. This is ranch country, and cattle have to walk far to find enough grass to eat. Ranchers use horses and pickup trucks to keep track of the cows. The ranch houses are surrounded by low barns and corrals. Now, I want you to see these black words. They are bold-faced words. And if you turn to the back of the book, it will have what's called the glossary. And if you don't know what a black, bold-faced word is when you're reading, you can go and find it. And right here, it says corral. A fenced enclosure for cattle or horses. So if you wonder what any of those words are when you're reading any other nonfiction book, it'll give you the definition back in the glossary. Or in some books, it's called Words to Know. We're not going to read about irrigation. We're going to close with all kinds of farms. No two farms are alike. You never know exactly what you will find. There may be a stream running through the yard and new calves in the barn. There may be miles of wheat turning gold in the setting sun. There may be catfish ponds, horses being trained, or huge machines picking cotton. No matter what a farm looks like, it is working to grow food. There is always fresh air and plenty to do. Now you need to get your All About Farms book. We have done farm fact number 1. You have written something creative about this picture, and now we're going to write on farm fact number 2. I want you to write what you learned about different kinds of farms. Please give me 2 sentences that have facts about different kinds of farms. Remember, a sentence starts with a capital letter and it ends with an end mark. And remember, a fact is something that is true. If you need to use the book to help you remember, go ahead and grab it off the shelf. Do your best work.